With Thunderbolts now in theaters and Sentry finally making his live-action debut, fans are buzzing. The MCU just unleashed one of its most dangerous beings, and that raises a huge question. Could he actually beat Scarlet Witch? She's rewritten reality. He's torn gods in half. But if it really came down to it, who would walk away from that fight? Stick around as we break it down across 6 categories: power, strength, intelligence, speed, weaknesses, and control. And by the end of this video, we'll have a definitive answer. Let's start with raw power. The Sentry is often described as having the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. He's destroyed planets, split beings in half, and manipulated energy on a molecular level. His connection to the enigmatic void also gives him a dark edge, one that pushes his capabilities even further. But Wanda Maximoff isn't lagging behind. She unraveled the Mind Stone. She mind-controlled an entire town. She wiped out the Illuminati like they were nothing, and nearly destroyed the multiverse by dreamwalking across realities. Oh, and she rewrote reality itself in House of M. Both operate on a level that borders on godlike. And while Sentry's power is staggering, Wanda's chaos magic has literally rewritten the rules of existence. So in terms of raw power and versatility, it's hard to declare a clear winner. Both earn a point, putting us at 1-1. But let's see how they compare when it comes to brute strength and endurance. Strength. Sentry is in another league when it comes to physicality. He's held his own against the Hulk several times. He flew into the sun like it was a trip to the grocery store. He's tanked blows from some of the most powerful cosmic entities in Marvel, including Galactus-level threats. And remember when he tore Ares, the literal god of war, clean in half? That wasn't a fluke. Wanda's strength isn't physical, it's magical. She's not out here lifting mountains or trading punches with Thor. Her strength lies in her energy projection, her spells, her manipulation of reality. But if it ever came down to a hand-to-hand brawl, she'd be vaporized before she could blink. That gives Sentry the clear edge in this category, pushing the score to 2-1. But Wanda's not out yet, because next, we're diving into brains and strategy. Intelligence. On the surface, Sentry might seem like the brawler of the two. But don't forget, Bob Reynolds, his alter ego, is a genius-level intellect with advanced knowledge of physics and science. His understanding of his own powers, combined with his mental complexity, make him more than just a powerhouse. That said, Wanda has mastery over chaos magic, ancient runes, multiverse theory, and dark magical texts like the Darkhold. She learned how to dreamwalk, manipulate souls, and cast enchantments powerful enough to trap even Doctor Strange. She's not just intelligent, she's cunning. She's manipulative. And she knows how to outthink enemies who are physically stronger than her. So in terms of intelligence and strategic manipulation, Wanda takes the point, tying us back up at 2-2. Now let's shift gears and talk about speed, because in a real fight, timing can mean everything. Speed. Sentry is one of the fastest beings in the Marvel Universe. He can travel faster than light, react in nanoseconds, and keep pace with characters like Silver Surfer. He's intercepted missiles mid-flight and launched across galaxies in seconds. Wanda's speed isn't about movement, it's reaction-based. She can cast a hex, activate a force field, or immobilize enemies before they even realize what's happening. In Multiverse of Madness, she teleported and killed some of the smartest minds on Earth before they could finish a sentence. But in a pure speed race, whether it's flying across a battlefield or dodging attacks, Sentry has the edge. He's got faster movement, quicker recovery, and the physical reflexes to match. That puts Sentry back in the lead at 3-2. But this fight isn't over, because now we're getting into weaknesses. And both characters have some major ones. Weaknesses. Sentry's biggest flaw. His mind. He's constantly at war with himself. The void isn't just his dark side. It's a destructive force that can take over and wipe out everything in sight. His instability has caused him to lose control, betray allies, and even beg for death. Wanda's flaw is emotional. Her grief is her greatest weapon and her biggest downfall. She's manipulated by dark forces like the Darkhold, and often lets her sorrow cloud her judgment. But unlike Sentry, Wanda doesn't lose herself, she just becomes more dangerous. Both are mentally vulnerable. But while Wanda becomes more focused and deadly when she breaks, Sentry becomes unpredictable and unstable, sometimes turning on everyone, even himself. So this point goes to Wanda, once again tying the score at 3-3. We're down to the final category, control. and it might just be the decider. Control. Sentry's power is terrifying, but he doesn't always control it. He can hold back planets, but if the void slips out, he's a ticking time bomb. That lack of control makes him dangerous to enemies and allies alike. Wanda, on the other hand, has learned to weaponize her grief. She manipulates, plans, and executes with terrifying precision. Yes, she loses herself emotionally, but she always knows what she's doing. Even at her darkest, she's in command of her actions. Control isn't just about staying calm. It's about knowing when to strike, how hard, and what the consequences will be. And Wanda? She calculates all of it. So with that, Wanda takes the final point, pulling ahead 4-3 in a very close matchup. Final verdict. This was not an easy fight to call. Sentry is raw destruction incarnate. He's the Marvel Universe's walking apocalypse, a man who can disintegrate gods, fly at unimaginable speeds, and rebuild his body from near nothingness. In terms of physical force, almost no one matches him. He's faced down the Hulk, survived attacks from cosmic-level entities, and even made Galactus hesitate. If a fight were purely about power output and endurance, Sentry might dominate 9 times out of 10. But the problem is, it's never that simple. Wanda Maximoff doesn't play by the rules of brute force. She rewrites the rules. Whether she's manipulating probability with her hex bolts or collapsing entire universes through dreamwalking, Wanda's chaos magic introduces variables Sentry simply can't account for. She isn't just attacking, she's dismantling the very logic of her opponent's existence. And when it comes to psychological warfare, Wanda thrives. She's shown time and again that she can weaponize grief, trauma, and fear. Sentry's greatest weakness is that his mind is a war zone, constantly on the verge of collapse. That internal instability is exactly what Wanda excels at exploiting. Let's say the battle starts in New York City. Sentry charges in, powered by solar radiation and tearing through buildings. Wanda wouldn't meet him head-on. She'd vanish into chaos mist, distort his perceptions, fragment his mind, and force him to relive every memory of failure and guilt he's ever had. While he's struggling to figure out what's real, she makes her move, turning the battlefield into a nightmare he can't wake up from. Or picture a cosmic scenario. Sentry flies at light speed into space, blasting her with enough energy to vaporize a planet. But if she's already dreamwalked into another version of herself, that version finishes the spell that banishes him into the void permanently. Game over. That's what separates them. Sentry is dangerous because of how much damage he can inflict. Wanda is dangerous because of how easily she can outmaneuver that damage, twist it, redirect it, weaponize it. Even heroes like Doctor Strange, Charles Xavier, and the Illuminati underestimated her and paid the ultimate price. And while Sentry has power on par with a god, he lacks the tactical depth to counter an enemy who doesn't just break the rules. She redefines them entirely. So yes, if they stood in an open field and threw fists, Sentry might win. But this isn't Dragon Ball. This is the Marvel Universe. Magic, manipulation, and mental warfare are just as important as strength. And in that world, Scarlet Witch wins. What do you think? Did we get it right? Could Sentry overpower her, or would Wanda's mind games seal his fate? Let us know your pick in the comments. And hey, if you're into superhero matchups, anime breakdowns, and deep dives into your favorite nerdy franchises, hit that subscribe button. Want to try the latest games without breaking the bank? Gamefly lets you rent physical copies and have them delivered right to your door. Click the link in the description to start your free trial today. This is What's Up Nerd Insider. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.